mwirari wa TV tukwiraga yane hada tha ithano onginyagia tha thita tuikaraga thi kana tuikaraga thi tukaraniria haha niho ihinda riega ria gukorwo tugithoma kindu kimwe kana kiria kingi na haha niho ngwiraga by the way you can ask any question from our expert of the day kuringana na kiria turakiariria muthenya ucio ririkana tuna avenues igire ciaku we gukorwo gitwariria ni kuria kwa 0706776833 na ukigera mwena wa SMS kana WhatsApp either or tutakupata vizuri kana tugeshamani mwana wa Facebook ya TV kuria kwa RI space TV wagerera njira icio tutakuwa tumeingia vizuri vile inafaa. Mudheni wa studio tuna mugeni na kama kawaida karibu sana.
Thank you.
Guko gwitu kwa TV ninyenda gakinengera mugeni ihinda riega ria gwitamburukio kera mwiroreri wa TV ritwa riria ungienda kumenya nario na kirio gikaga arafu kumenya na hau tuthiite na mbere.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Ndashokia ngatho ni undu wa kanya gaka ga kukaribisha kwa TV. Ritwa riakwa jitagwo Kennedy wa Gungu. Mimi ni mchungaji na mimi ni mwana saikolojia na mimi ni mwalimu wa shule Bible College. I also teach in Presbyterian University. And so hiyo ndio kazi zangu.
Right. Nijiguaga in as much as mundu ni arahunjia kiugori ni hari kindu mundu akoragwo in a certain line, maybe family, maybe youth, kana atumia kana athuri kana anake, we akuniriko where do you align?
Ni the wa family ni the I'm a family therapist. And also I'm a counseling psychologist, so mental health and all those things mimi niko sawa.
Okay. So pale kwenye families weekend mwiroreri wa TV families ya nyusi ya gwikara wega hamutasema ni sisi. Just the other day I believe on Wednesday now tuikarete tukiaririria uhoro wigi families na nigiuria gwiraga mwiroreri wa TV family is the part of the most important things in your life. Tondu rwano rwa mundu rukiandikwo andikagwo guciarwo aciarirwo kumwa aciaranirwo na that is family. Na washoka wa okorioka akihika kana kuhikania bado that is also included in your story. So that means ni vizuri tujue vinyo tutakana hawa watu na families ni vethemba mingi. But I feel like mutungatiri the biggest aspect kana the biggest problem haria hana koragwo na thina muno ni haria ha andu bakoragwo mahikanitie na nginya ona ciana iria marakirera because right now maundu maria andu marakiaririria muno ni the PTSD kuma kiria monire micini yao mundu akagania ndingienda kuhika tondu ndonire gwitu mamitu akihurwo ndonire gwitu ona fafa andu makihurwo because I mean nowadays gender based violence does not discriminate gender. So tukiambiriria hariri we would want mundu akiambiriria kindu kieru for the young people andu aya ethi akienda kwambiriria muciri maybe hare ha courtship. What are we doing wrong? Tondu nturigwa andu ingi makiuga mimi kwa kina ndoa singi ni undu wa maundu maria tuonete. I want to understand ha foundation iniri what are we not doing, niki tutareka kana niki tureka kiuru.
Okay. Thank you muno. Mwirori wa TV na udumwe we na thina daikeno ni maundu megie family na family na tuika attacked from all corners, from all sides. Ni undu wa one togi kwa babu hoko hali ya kiambiriria kia maundu yuri ati Ngai ombire family atia na family ni key. That's why it is called the beginning. And you know the book of Genesis to the weather kiambiriria kia family. Ugiona Ngai gitumiki akomba mutumia ka kumbira muthuri muteithia ri Ngai arorire upweke ka gukorwo enyoiki, yani Adam he undu akora we oiki ndai na mundu na riria Ngai onire kaundu kau koguo Ngai amitaga a need yoneka thiini wa Adam ya gwithia mundu gitagwo companion. Now maita maingiri tucoka haya kwa yule atiri. By the way, the dagia mutumio yule kadagia mwanake yule is they meeting a need ya bereta wo companionship. And companionship okay kwa Adam mutumio hidi okay kwa Adam ya hote ko define na akiuga otigai wa mwendie tie kai we Adam horo wa ni mahindi maku nyama ciaku Adam ne wa moni akiuga atiri uyu ri ni mahindi makwa na nyama ciakwa na demo itaga mutumia. So that's the foundation. Atikiru kia mbere Ngai ona need thini wa Adam na kogo Ngai obera Adam mundu uhana take mundu uhana tawe. So first of all, tukiambia maundu ma dating na maka courtship na njiraga andu na ninga ndakiro he ndu ndiraria nao kadhaa tori me thini wa maundu macio ma dating na whatever. There are differences that almost 7 or 8 differences. They were more what you get a quote. And before you start with God, first of all you have to ask God for wisdom, for the direction. You go out of body hemodoria ageda afagete agatweka muteithia waku ka mutumia ka muthuri waku. Now ni mwashwa ya mundu ni mwambia ko date. Now first of all ni mwarehe Ngai ni mwamba mwahoya na Ngai ni auga yes ka no. Now the first thing to be auga yes. The first thing ko be ko yatiri, what are the differences they need to? There are 7 differences go back kugweta ado them akapoyo the 8 of out. Kapoyo the 8 of out maita modu mugwaja. Odo abere every couple, every person made different oria medgudaga maudu. Mentally, the way they process things in their mind, muthuri na mutumia ni tofauti muno. Every couple mentally he muthuri muge na mutumia utari muge muno. No ege mutumia muge ogithe wa family muri atiriri 100 times 120 ni ukwa mundu mwaga chokia kiokiu tondu either umwe ni muge gukira uri ungi. So they are different mentally. Okay. Number 2, they are different spiritually. Thino amundu wothe munacemania nake atwike muthoiga ni mwanake kare muiretu cio ni mu kiroho giake eiguru ka kiroho kia mwanake kiiguru. He mundu mwe we mo graced, he mundu mwe we maundu ma ugai, he mundu mo gedisani maundu kirori ungi mutianaine. So and you have to know mundu yule ni thini wa mundu yule no more spiritual kirori ungi maita maigiri ko ni muthuri we spiritual kira mutumia okori give pastor na mutumia kuti pastor na okori ni more spiritual ukira mutumia kare give mutumia we more spiritual ukira muthuri. And you have to know ndiko kole conflict ni ambucio to ri kwika conflict do did understand difference ya mwenzangu. Number 3, we are different financially. Na ukorwo mutumia wina bia ukira muthuri kani muthuri wina besha ukira mutumia. And you have to know when you are dating how much is my spouse earning, because if you don't understand that in the future nikamlehera thina todo either ni muthuri wina besha or no kore kadani wina besha mutumia wina besha na ngiko kwa muthu makia makabia ukira uraero umeo gathi ugethe ogoni muthuri mutumia ngine ya besha muthuri na besha nyingi. Now have we come to a consensus at where we na besha na oni wo to ka besha chaku na ive besha to iko siko. Now did we understand the difference of after kare gyo amadu besha ni wakora uyo ina roni nyale hamaroni yo ina roni no da nakwira mukidate hala mwana date da kwira roni kane jikagona kande kiriona kadidi olangone na besha nyingire lo besha ko cyo nagio kogo de kinya rondo shi ni mwana kenya kuri gari kogo ora kuona mwana gari no hidi ya mugaki ya kiko ine yo kaigwa gake ariko ariko kwira mwegari ni atina gyo nuthu ya bia ciake chiragiro ni ndo gari iria. Now you do not know that ukakumenya kiko ine no all line expectations shigoro muno ri no ka be ka deflated to do your expected ogakora besha kinyike todo no katobe tuli hero ni roro igwa miaka 5. So for the first 5 years kiko no nani kiko kia bana kile na kile yo bali no iko na conflict. Now, you need financial difference, and you have to know, and you have to be specific, you have to be honest with your spouse. Or your mother. Now, another difference, need difference socially. People are very different socially. Hey, modo very outgoing, very talkative, an introvert, an extrovert. Now, no igemo shiugo, mudo kwa liya monole, ni mudhuri. No igeko dogoge, mudo kwa liya monole, ni mutumia mudhuri akagida, ile kai, ni mukinyire, da kwa dogi. No igeko do mutumia dalaria, ni mudhuri amwaleria. And you have to know, to mo yada conversation ni nile. Okoro wewe talkative, we introvert we, na mwenzako ni alaria monole. Don't work out what we get my partner muno. So I had to allow them space na go out magena na gushagia kaundo gaka. Tondo ngino ko waragia no matiragia na batia space yako alia. So there's that difference. Nigomo menya trere who is a social animal. No we waragia muno, no you ugaga baudo, no you outgoing, no you okay. That's a difference. Now, there's another difference, a type of emotional difference. Okay. Emotional very topic very wide, and you are also, but let's narrow it down to today. Emotionally, how you handle your weaknesses, how you handle your strength, how you know yourself, how you handle relationships, how you social network, all those things is within the emotions. Then you are then you are relationship you are matwikaga broken hearted na mutu de wado come move on tena why because maybe emotionally they are weak, maybe emotionally they have not been built, maybe emotionally they have not been developed, maybe even they don't emotional intelligence the issues of self-awareness, maybe they have never even interacted with themselves material. And because they have never interacted with themselves, na mtu makio ni ukakora modoshio ni emotionally to dali amenya kani alaka na kada ihenya dali amenya trigger sia shimu trigger dali amenya kira gioneke dali amenya wedo wake ona gio atia wedo is all be emotions to kiko inere ni ukora kiko emotionally wedo ni emotion na wedo ona gio matano omudu wa the thing wa the it is universally agreed at the wedo demonstrate war maita matano odwa bere wedo na giori na dege kiko inere no ikie modo ukamreha mahoa no dakaya mahoa todo ari wedo wake do na gioguo. And you have to know wedo wangania ri dimona gia wedo atia wedo wangania wedo demonstrate go either thing no about ba matano gwalia odwa bere is gift giving here do more ekweheyo. Not only they are supposed to be given by people, themselves they know how to give to themselves. Okay. And they are receivers of gifts. They are givers of gift and they are receivers of gift. Number two, they are people who are love touch. Nikiona ngado maji massage, magadi pedicure, magadi manicure, magadi ko spa, they are there to be touched. To them they love being touched. And utagemu touch don't worry. For them they even know how to go to a place where they get maguru and they are touched. Madikira ile mautio siara meko ati makado we do ale ole ule batoire ni ati we dore mona giona jira guta ya ta physical touch. Number 3 begire witago oro affirmation. Affirmation ni ati mudo we roka makisho yoguo akeira duretera kwero we wira gate we muthaka. You are fearful. I am a fearful, wonderful one of God. I am a wonderful man. I am this. I am going to go far. I am blessed of God. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am smart. Kogo na mudu akabla ajirite re ni ndio kwera ni gogaiwa wedo na yado kwero wedo mona gyono gemira you look smart. You look beautiful. Na ogigera mutosho keiko ini na do mwira oda to ishore do mwira you are smart you are beautiful do mwira ke adewe ona giwe do na affirmation
Okay.
And so if you are not speaking those words to them, shakuma afamu domoretie wendo. Number 4, ni ando wenda ukidu kitabu act of service. The way they new ya mukawa okay tia idio shabesa nyingi. I can go to a hotel and I ask for na utimu wa gorira ni wewe gorira. You are doing an act of service to yourself. You can you the way you iron your things, the way you eat, the way you do things. Onokarado mudo ewa kenyumba thini wa cabinet yake na glasses ya goro muno luminac do no you are talking plastic. Ari ya ndani ya plastic. No na mishi iragisha kwingirani takutagio kule shageni. No adosho kama taimani nyale we don't love ourselves. Todo mugeni na tumutehete ntumwedete ukiwa de. And so instead of using that grass, using that aluminum plate kolera ni udenyo bagwa kwa dekeni garuga kedo galia na vanyo digete bokoro igoro gete igoro kwai I love myself. So kuyeyo na you know what ko head wage you cannot do. The Bible says love yourself, love your neighbor, then you love yourself. Now you cannot love the other person if you don't know how to love yourself. So for you to be able to love another person, so how many gifts have you given yourself? Maybe that's an idea about where you are a giver of gift or you are a receiver of gift. How many gifts do you give to yourself? Number 2, the issues of touch. Are you a person who loves to be touched? Now that you may be able to offer that. Number 3, are you an affirmer? Do you affirm yourself? Are you able to affirm other people? Because if I affirm myself, I can be able also to affirm others. The next thing is the issues of the issues of act of service. Am I able to do an act of service? Unaona venye mama ufunguliwa gari makaigiro mlango na akaigira. That's an act of service. Na mudo wewe tika ugo muno. Hebu limede te bakija mushimala safo. Hebu meta ko babio moko ta ko bya ngesi nkine ge babe ana babio moko ta yoga tuika ta uwa ke giye mango ke gugo. Yeah, is an act of service. Hebu medaka ku kado magro hebu is an act of service. Nikido re ikira kanore kirwo aba wende te muno. And so in the issue of emotions no matter how is my spouse or my partner, do I understand love language?
Yeah, true.
Do I understand their love language?
Yes. Interesting. Murero RTV rikana na igona gerire avenues ya ukoro gitwariria kure kwa SMS line 0706776833 mwana wa Facebook ne kure kwa RTV dore 1-2 people. Patrick Maina roga powerful educative show on the aspect of families. Mbuda wa mai aragiturere mwana wa Elbagon wa Wero wa Masharia araturera mwana wa Daragwa Nyandarua County. Karanja Kafisha anasema team ya Power watching you from Upper Nakuru, watu wa milimani. Margaret Wamboi anasema akondani the Gimono rikana na ukoro kiuria any question along the lines of family. Na wagweta ido nyige. But initially most people tutiota mauni maundu for sure tutiroraga urarora mundu kana ni muraihu kana ni mukuhe ena ngari ndirenda kumenya ngari ore yumete kana ndihe kana
yes
there are hota kudwara staycations there are hota kudihira nails na jwere. I think we look at the superficial things. Tutiramenya na love language ya modo nie ndirakwenda uria nie nyendete kwendwo uria wewe ndete kwendwo. So mimi napenda gifts na kununulia gifts bila kujali kana wewe wendete kuheo gifts. Speaking of triggers, ni wagweta kindu gego triggers na nitukwambiriria horo wigi PTSD kana some things that might have happened in the past, yeah. Maundu mahota gukorwo mekekire mundu mwana maybe gutiganirio ni muciari kana uria mundu akirerirwo kwao kundu kwina bara murerere wa mwanari. Does it affect how I show up in a relationship? Okoro tuge faito ni athire aria mathia Nairobi na magathie matigacoka ringi. Does that affect how I show up in a relationship? Because nejiguaga, I don't know how true that is because it's not verified information. Ate ciana iria ciatiganeirio most likely defense mechanism yao ri aigua torenda kumutiga egugutiga utari uramutiga aya mundu ni mundu koragwo ready each and every time, very defensive. So on aginya haria ha conflict resolution. Oh ni wandu maugaga conflict resolution re. Yeah, first of all, mimi sijali Kenya ninakwambia bora usiniguze kwanza. First line of defense ni kwanza mimi nikuwe sawa before tuarire maundu bangi maige. So I want to understand from your expert point of view. Horo wigie trauma ziria kana murerere wa mwana ri, does it affect uria mundu uyu akura agakorwo thiini wa either a relationship in the courtship stage kana thiini wa kihiko giake?
Now, that's a really good question. Higena kaundu kamwe ngutigitia haria thutha.
That's okay.
Dauga maundu mana how people receive or give love. Undu abeda uga ni the issues of gift, the issues of great time, the issues of affirmation, the issues of special act of service. The fifth thing, or the most, to me, the most one that is important is our quality time.
Yeah.
Hedo medaga uikare nao, mari umadikiriri. And sometimes, eyo niyo jire ya umanagiwa wedo. And you have to know, for any relationship to work, for the 7 things about nisema there, the mental, social, emotional, physical, adhuri patile nikino kwa nikidhuri kina hinya, mutima na hinya, tariki mutimia kwa na hinya, we mudhuri da hinya, kabudhuri muraihu, mutimia ni muraihu, mudhuri mukuhe, kabudhuri mukuhe, mutimia muraihu. So you have to know ni difference itoni iliku. Sexually adomatility kutaka two sex issues the same. But me na kwa he so much sexually active ukira mudhuri kama mudhuri sexually active ukira mutimia, and you have to know all those differences. Now that's a good question. Warrior ya mauduma the traumas. Now trauma trauma you don't react. You don't react. You try it is a response. Try respond kana react. No make make no react kana boya ka trauma. Now mwana ni thini wa already wa mwana ri. Mwana wo the obikaga thini wa edaya nyina ri aretago obikaga thini wa miaka 0 to 6 years. Every child ana uria hanaga when he was 0 to 7 years. To 6 years. Now, the way the relationship between the father and the mother can correspond to how things the outside world react. Na mwanya understand daga mami tuna stress, mami mwana understand daga kuina bara huku, mwanya ni ya kwa understand huku kwa drive kagavie tikwena. And so kuko kwina nayo mwigire mwana heudo bekaga kuko tana nayo mwigire heudo mwana obekaga. And so Asia rolling mwaka wa mbere, mwaka wa keri, mwaka wa gatatu, mwaka wa kana, mwaka wa gatatu, mwaka wa gatatu ri heudo mwana maundu maria mothe akoragwo hana uria tuhana ri mundu wothe uria hana ni uria hanaga 0 to 6 years. Now he maundu matatu kama maundu mana on how people respond to traumas. Kitu kia mbele adu manisipotoka tu traumas, manisipotoka traumas by fright. Unasikia kitu and the environment, unasikia isi environment mzuri, and many times unatorokaga kwehera heru mastorm magadhiwa maudu. People who storm from issues, storm from a relationship, storm from somebody or something, those people is a flight, is a fright mode ya kura. Ya kere niko freeze. There are people who freeze. Wabia kwa diare, wabia kulenga na diare, akira na akira. He has freezed. Dakwaria, dakushokia, dakuka ni yes, dakuka ni no, dakuka ni kwega, dakuka ni koru. He has freezed. Mudu wakata tuli a respondaga na kufight. There are people when issues come, how they deal with issues, they fight because walizoea wakati mwingi kupigana hiyo vita. And they knew kwa hii maisha, for you to be able to succeed, you need to fight. Yakatatu yakana ita go phone, they phone is like they become men pleasers. the ndo nga magitumwa fugoro ngari ni thiongerere jacket thiongerere ateke thabia haria yes ma'am ni adocho yes ma'am yes babet ni ando mara phone ni gundo dakagere maundu ri aka adopt away ya kukenia do
people pleaser.
People pleaser. And you have to know, is this a fighter? Is this one a freezer? Is this one a person who can fight? Is this a person who is a phone a man pleaser? And you have to know these things. But nona kana geka nini? Ekirita wo psychosexual child development. Psychosexual child development. And there are 6 stages of the psychosexual child development. Mwana emwaka umwe ginya miaka iriri ka miaka itatu ri he undu marespondaga he cioro ciao he mwana ungiohwo na pi na wone muthenya mugima ndari arethi na kio. And psychologically it speaks volumes. He mwana wahagwo na pi agatinda agithira kioro ginya mwana cia kanoga. Now, what does it portray? What does it speak? Uthi kioro kiu ya kuthi kioro kona na kioro muno na kioro muno. Maita maingi cio ya gaista ya kioro ri. Ukona mwana ucio ni ati de muthenya mugima atari athi kioro ri. Yona dia mwana ucio ni agatuika so mi. Na maundu. Tire dole talkative, tire dole nedo mluge higere yodo. For long. And you are supposed to go back to your parents now you're training. And that's why you should always go back to our people now your mom. And these are the things you don't do as people. Now they give us the mama information enough. Only mama when you train, mom, me what kind of a child was I? Nilikuwa kwenda choo, nilikuwa najipupuya, nilikuwa najisusuria, nilikuwa nafanya nini? How was I? Now, okonya kwenda doavia haki orori. No adamu ya mungu wahiro na pe akashikoroja orashia na ring. It means you are very mean and your bowels diakuneo no hike maudo no mean no retain maudo for long. And those are the people makoko mena ka design ka they are mean, they are very private, they are very secretive, they know how to do. Adoria sharia shi yake omuno. Kuna tendency niga tuka very talkative, niga tuka ni mutagira odo that is secret. So that's a way ya ku understand some of the things. Na ku understand the three partner wako wale okone nda hakiko kike wakire. I need to learn a lot of things about this person. To do maria mekikire tenere emwaka uyu no mwana ukurete agatuika mundu mugima no mwana ule aitagwo ngania ri eri thini wake.
Arioho. Right, interesting. Ndiye kana murari wa TV maundu tamani waneciria kana mwasha manena mundu tauli. Kaende. Speaking of kuria mundu umete na kuria mundu arereirwo ri. Is it important mundu kumenya family ya mundu uyu muroyana nake, especially adore marako? Is it important kurora mitugo iria ekwa mundu uyu? The beliefs iria meteke maundu maria meteketie okorone health history, are these things important mundu age choose a partner kana mundu ago settle nake?
That's a very wonderful question. And it is very important. Adu mana hiki adu na ni agurukaga no ni kona hone tede munona na nywa dawa ni aguaga no da kwide ni aguaga ko ni kulika history fulani. And you should always ask, and you should always know the history of anybody and anyone. Nataka kusoma kitu kwa Biblia in the book of Job chapter number 8 verse number 8 to 11. For inquire please of the bygone ages. Tafutilia izile nyakati za kitambo and consider what the father searched. For we are but of yesterday, sisi ni wajana tu, and we know nothing. For our days on earth as a shadow. Will they not teach you and tell you and understand what's out of your understanding? Can papillus, madaji, no makure handu atari mai irura no rikure handu atari irura ni kamuraga ko ke green muno no akure handu atari doro. What is Job trying to say? All that really, before you make any decision, and sometimes you in relationships, you get a relationship relationship will drive back, not that quack making. Maybe go back to these people's family, dig, jackie dogo. Now, one of the things I advise young people is we have not day today. Tashera kwa doani ko ono mwe, ambo mwili today. Shera kwa mwanake. The one ya doa sometimes they get together kai kwina ka uduka function flani wone uri adu marali act wone uri adu mareka maudu wone ni adu maranywa dunia levi muno adu mareka maudu maige matina dikando muthi matina hoya matioya gaya. You understand a lot of things by just watching. You just observe a lot of other things. Mami wa alugati ya manarugira ha fuwa wa yati ya manarugira do na sharishakia ya because idaje litije kura handu atari mai kwe metugo itage kura hatari mutugongi idaje ko wansha idaje mutugo o develop it because of a background now bibi bagatire jakufule agirire mutumia wake akwira jete kwa dabanire ni ko ire lecho na mutumia ira wolea oka na ori lecho ni ire gaisha fafa wao todo kuria kwa ori ni kwa ina gaisha alikuwa mundu othe ni ali maudu makwa. Now let me say this. Kwa mutumia waku ka kwa muthuri waku ri ni kuri gaisha kwa kwa ni kuri gaisha kwa na kwa imetuko yako kwani gwito kwa imetuko ya gwito. And so before we come together ndo ikume atere gaisha kwa niki kwa nyondo mafira gaku kwa nyondo masaksida gaku kwa maudu mega mekwanyu na no gimatwiria sharo wa mbere ugithika wa kazi ni ciaku ka brother ka adwa kwanyu ni munaga heka mtu wewe uko gwito kazi mtu ya tatangania tatawajoro ni alika ngania wote ni alika udugaka kama wanga manko ngania alika udugaka na kaika udugaka gwito faro yiti mo thiatire udo we thini waku ri wali thini wa mami wanyu na wali thini wa shosho wanyu mini ni udo wa genealogy ri maundu maria mega mekwanyu ri gwito ndo matongaga ando ni mathomaga ando ni mathiaga wega udo we thini waku no o maundu maria mekwanyu moru ri ona omethine waku and you should know part no waku so you should study their family history understand what is good in their life and what is bad in their family. Ni ndo ni goma ile kusho uyo aita wolecho akuite sharafani shoke kumuthukiria mutundire wake tondu yakuva ugire maundu huo uri ina ngai sharafani icio ngai cio muria ni maundu mariku macio mutumia akomira kwao au karamo kwanyu no mutiamenyire kwao ni kuri kaundu gaka na kaundu gaka niko gekwao kani maundu mariku mekwa muthuri waku adao au mina ngai cia kwao ni mutu wa kwao ni ithaje ni kuri ruwa fulani ni kuri okia fulani ni kuri kwaga guthirira ni kwari kwa guthoma andu kubatithomaga uno yo thomete min onko uno yo thomete andu mathiaga makafutwo andu mathiaga magakua ni kuri kwa sharisha Biblia ngati mutumia mwahikitio thini wa Biblia ngati ri atahikitio akikari mundu wa mbere agikua ndamuciarithirie akikari mwana wake wake agikua ndamuciarithirie akikio mkamwana kwa watu akikio na kitabu wa jaka family yo no thele makuire na kuti mundu amuciarithirie now kauli ya story jiso aheanire gasuri makiria makuga matebuti mundu amuciarithirie mina ngete kwa kati ri thini wa family yo ri ni kuina ndo atiriri ando akudi mai na premature death na ni maina kile kitwa atiri near success syndrome ni makinya ne undu wa kuikania no oha makinya hado wa guciarithia kindu kiega ri mundu agakua.
We. Abarari wa TV, interesting conversation. Taishi citingethira ha niho urigagwo riu nikiriko tukwaria nikiriko tugitiga tondu mathama producer na mone magikinya but nigukorwo ngigwika injustice if I don't ask two final questions. One is mundu uria wirorete akamenya these are my patterns and these are my triggers. Okorwo nĩ ta mũndũ maybe wagĩtiganĩirio kana mũciari agĩgũkirĩra, you find maybe you are obsessive about communication, ũrenda gũtinda ũkĩarĩrio every other minute. You have learned your pattern and what your trigger is. Mũndũ ta ũcio rĩ, what do you do to at least appear as a whole person? Tondũ twĩragwo 1 + 1 = 1, ti half and half. Nĩguo ni for me to show up as a whole person, as a full person, how do I work on my triggers, my patterns? Nĩguo ngĩthiĩ harĩa rĩ, ndirarehe maũndũ marĩa niĩ ndagereire gukorwo atĩ rĩu you're getting punished, my partner is getting punished nĩ ũndũ wa maũndũ marĩa mekekire. Mũndũ akĩndiganĩria akĩngirĩra, rĩu ũyũ twĩ nake thaa ici rĩ, how do I ensure that maũndũ marĩa ndagereire, this one is not getting affected by them?
Now, very beautiful question. Now, one of the things I want to state here is the issues of something I will bring called reparenting.
Okay.
Reparenting is where, and reparenting will only be brought into your life. It will only come if I am self-aware. If I understand me.
Okay.
I am self-conscious. You know, when we say God, when Moses asked God who he was, and he was going to tell the Israelites who God is, God said, tell them I am who I am. Meaning God is self-conscious. God knows himself. Now, we should know ourselves. And I know mimi niko na issues. Na mimi niko na issue ya anger, niko na issue ya kuachiliwa, my mom mistreated me, my father mistreated me, people are not good, and I have gone back to my subconscious mind in the old days. Na nimerudi mpaka kati kwa miaka 6, and I can say mimi nilikuwa nachagua nyumbani, wazazi wanaenda, ama nilipokuwa mtoto nilikuwa naachagua pale nalia, nikiabua nyamaza anakuwa ndo alichukua. So I developed knowing people are not good. I developed a situation where I know this is how I respond because I am traumatic because of this. Now, when I understand myself and when I am self-conscious of myself, I am able to start reparenting me. Rectifying areas zenye ziko na shida maishani mwangu. Nilikuwa na respond kwa hasira. I am harsh. I am this kind of a person. I'm so mean. I like detaga odaikani gatea ni amodosio. Modo ageni hadi kokiriria. I am who are you? The only thing people do is to say their name. I am friend of Fulani. But they don't know anything about themselves. The issue is I should go back to me na nyabie kumenya kuria kwina strength, nyabie kumenya kuria kwina weakness, nyabie rectify weaknesses yakwa na kwabia reparent, kwabia working depending kwa I am working on me, and I'm consciously and deliberately working on my character, working on my attitude, working on my system, working on my posture, working on how I respond, working on how I think, working on my mind, because I must be whole. For me to be whole, I have to be parent, and I have to know where is a disconnect in me. Ni wapi abapo maybe I have an issue with financial intelligence. You know, let me say this before I think we close. There are 4 dimensions, there are 5 dimensions of intelligences. Okay. There's an IQ, koela gradi. Kwa doge muno gradi, ni madagitari, ni mawakili, ni doge muno. No ndo kwa mawakili malaita. Ndo kwa daktari sheita na kwa gatumia makate adu. Ojo na intelligence ni oge meshiria, no ali oge matai na guo. Ndo kwa kadu metawo social intelligence, ni comedians. Ni actor movies. They are very social intelligence, but they are messed up. They are social intellectuals, but they are not. There is a way they are not intelligent enough. The other thing is a financial intelligence. Kwado moe maudo ma social maki, but financially no magara bakuli ni mudo ai mudo munene comedian ai munene at sometimes kwa ya hoya sadaka na hoya musada todo financially they are not intelligent, but they don't be able to get wise intellectual enough. Thereby ushatwa shianari asheritore ogisho kabushi usoke viole how much money your parents were giving you. And if your parents will not give you money, you have issues of money because you just use it the way you want. Now, because you are not given that kind of a wisdom and intelligence, even today we have issues with money. The next issue, the next intelligence, it was spiritual intelligence. They are so spiritual, but their marriages and their issues are a mess. And the last one is emotional intelligence. That's the core. Emotional intelligence, near core, yeah, financial intelligence, yeah, quintal intelligence, financial intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and social intelligence. When they know you to manage my more the total weakness, your finances, so I have to employ somebody to manage my finances. I have the modo a D minor, I'm a E person, but I have employed a person to manage my finances. I'm a very social person, but emotionally I am weak, and so I have a therapist. I can debrief, I can talk to them, I can discuss issues because now they manage my emotional life. I am a spiritual person like Moses. Moses was a man of God. He was talking to God face to face, meaning spiritually he had a lot of capacity, but he had an emotional weakness. Aligongaga mwamba na akafa. Asira tu. Mtu wa Mungu uko na weakness ya emotions na ifanya asije katika destiny yake. And so we should understand what should I reparent in my life. Kama Moses alikuwa katika kama sasa, he should have managed his anger na angefika katika destiny yake.
Okay. Interesting. Hena odronaga online uhoro wegi thaisha ndoni marari, especially the mental health conversation. Hena conversation ando marari riri uhoro wegi daddy wounds, mommy wounds, some things that we have picked up from our parents. Na hena modorauga gatiriri oyo yake yari the need gukorwo ki attach mono niguo mundu ndagagutige because of abandonment issues. Atiarirwo atiriri by therapist uria onaga ko acknowledge ati gutigwo ni muciari wakwa kana baba itu guthie na gukirari ni affectire muturire waku is an important thing, na gushoka kwiririkania that this person was the adult, your father was the adult, na ahota ukorwo ni ageragira maundu make. So yagugukirira it is not your fault that he kept quiet. So this was the statement, yeah. How is it? But reframing it can help. That abandonment wasn't about you.
True.
It was his stuff. You are worthy of connection without overdoing it. So sometimes tunada go people please, tunada go kenia domo, no nigo matiga atotige, but ideally kama mtu anaenda tu. So anyway, conversation dege dira omothe. There is so much to talk about. There is so much murareri agenda go kimenya ohoro wegi how to deal with our wounds, again how to show up as a whole person, how to work on ourselves na patterns na maundu mangi maingi. Nige murareri aramenya this is where haha wajo wana ni negena gamuno. This is something I try to learn more about each and every day. Ukimenya why we behave in a certain way. Mbona kitu nowadays I think no itaje mirari wa RTV ne kuyuragia nini the question ndirayoria atiriri ndona kindu kiaga kungenia ri first ugeyoria what about this thing triggers me. Ona ndona mundu agikena na mundu video nene arakena no kaundu gaka gatirangenia because ndirarora mundu ucio ndagamba ngeyoria atiriri
you go back to yourself.
Why does someone else's happiness trigger me?
Ndio unakuta because people are so traumatic. Hata kwa social media ukaona watu wawili wamepigwa kwa harusi wako na relationship nzuri na wako comments zenye watu wanaambia pale alimaliza scam nitaachana tu. Those people wako na traumas. Now they should go back to themselves. Why am I jealous?
Why does it
affect me? You know the trauma. Trauma does not come as a memory. It comes as a response.
As a response.
It's a response. It's not a memory. Sikukumbuka ati nilifanyagwa. Unafanya una respond ukila mtu amefurahia ametuma kwa Mombasa ni nini unasikia vibaya. Now why am I feeling bad? Is something inside me I need to reparent. Me want to go on benya three. Do dia kiwo. And maybe I'm not out of the like I know. But I will manage myself and I affirm myself and I show love myself the way I can manage. Because they are showing themselves that way. Which is possible for me. I can go to town there, sit somewhere, take a glass of juice and just relax there and pick a picture and say, just enjoying myself, having quality time. Usione ya mwingine uanze kuisikilia vibaya, create yours. But also go back to your heart. Go back to ask yourself, ini papelas, ini ndaje, maji ni nini, inafanya hii katabia, in response. What is the water? About ina create a conducive environment for this inaje to grow. Because the way I'm responding,
thank you for that. It was it still is a very viable conversation, and enjoy on Murari wa TV no another series of conversations from here. Nandake na muno niwe gugioka ona tugwitete last minute.
Yes.
And you sharing your wealth of information na Murari wa TV na wishokia shiuria in a way that any person no hote ukorwa ki understand na makiria my take away from this conversation ni kuiri parent.
Yes.
Because I feel like that will help.
Yes.
Every other thing. Every other thing na kuri Murari wa TV because maybe me ni ndoyo na ihenya wa kuiri parent because maybe ni fuatete horoyo mono no for the benefit ya Murari wa TV not to recare the tokiari horowe ye parenting and why do we need to reparent and what does even reparenting mean?
Yes.
Not to recare the nato kiari rege. If I give you 1 minute okiari na Murari wa TV, what is that one advice you would ugemuhe?
Murari wa TV thengi muno ni gukorwo uri wathikiriria na ni njui muturire waku maybe it is not working for now but just go back to yourself, sit and go back to where you were when you were a young boy or young girl. Just go back to that young girl. What were the passion? What were the dreams? What was those things that you liked? Who are those people that you wanted to spend time with? Maybe when I'll come back again one day, I'll want us to go back that memory journey, back to those years, and we go to those passions and dreams and desires, and we start now working upon that. And you're able to go back and to understand, I had this passion, I was this kind of a person. But because of the people in the context where I was brought up, penye ni mazingara yangu, nitaongea mambo kama tano siku moja ya mazingara ilikuwa affect aje penye ulilelewa. So just manage that, go back to yourself, anza kuangalia, anza kuandika, start to journal. Anza kuandika vitu kadhaa, especially mwanzo wa mwaka. Anza kujano mambo kadhaa, I am responding this way, this, then you are able to know hapa ndiko kuna shida, hapa ndiko kuna shida, and I know with time you become better.
Right.
God bless you. Thank you.
Dikeka na mundu ngenda gukigeithia na if you are comfortable we'll share your contact information for someone who will need to reach out.
Thank you so much. Ningetaka ku appreciate Lili TV kwa sababu ya kunikaribisha bahari hapa. Mungu awabariki sana, nashukuru. Na nishukuru sana Patrick Increase. Thank you for inviting me and allowing me this chance, and also my wife and the church. I'm the overseer of Jesus Restoration Community Churches, and so God bless you wherever you are. Jina langu ni Kennedy Wagongo, watu wengi wajua Pastor Ken, but I'm the general overseer of Jesus Restoration Community Churches. Tuko na kanisa hapa Kiangai, na Mungu awabariki sana. Kama ungetaka kututembelea unaweza tutembelea. Namba yangu ya simu ni 0727 153 636. Naitwa Pastor Ken. 0727 153 636. If you want me, ninapatikana kwa ofisi Tuesdays and Thursdays. Unaweza kuja ukitaka tuongee na tutaongea, tutatembea na safari. Mungu akubariki sana. na ubarikiwe sana.
Oh yes, na wage agikurathime na thank you niwe gwitikira gutunengera your time
and
your wealth of experience. Mwiro Edward TV kumania na how turaikiria tugicokereria tukona mundu gwitwo Liz B thini wa tafarira eno ya kwaraha kiriu.